Hello guys, today I want to talk about how I'll fix my face. So I do have a photo. Um, it was back when I was in high school, and I didn't like how I looked, and I wanted to fix that. So I think did I have a photo? Yeah. So I wasn't really good looking, and when I looked at the mirror, I didn't really like my face. So, as I believe I could fix anything. So I decided to fix my face, and I'll just share what I did. Okay, so I'll share what starts from the upper part of my head. So there's your hair. Well, that part you gotta find out. So you just gotta mess around and search out. I really recommend talking with your barber because they're gonna tell you everything. For me, my barber told me that I have a relatively flat upper head, and when you have that, if I just shave my head, it looks extremely flat on the top, which is not really good looking. So he said that you need a bit of volume on the upper part of your head, and there's some other things. So about the hair part, I recommend talking with him because they're gonna tell you mostly what you need to know. Okay. The second part is my eyebrows, right? It's kind of thin, so I don't have a lot of um, hair on my eyebrow. So this is what I did. So I think there's like answer sheets to modern beauty standards, and one of them is having a strong eyebrow zone right over here. So that got me thinking, how do I get that? Right? How do I get that? And I've realized your eyebrows are actually muscles, right? So how do you get big arms? You flex them, right? So in the same sense, I got to know that I could control my eyebrows and make them thicker, right? And I did. So I practiced flexing my eyebrows. Okay, and I gained some muscle here, which made my like my eye skin get a bit, it got a bit thicker. Okay, that's what I did with my eyebrows and with my eyes. So what did I fix? So first of all, I gained control of my upper eyelids. So back then I couldn't really open my eyes completely, but there's actually a muscle above here, like your eye opening muscle, and you could actually use that intentionally. Like, check this out. This is not having completely opening up, and I could do this, right? There's like a difference, right? But did I use my eyebrow? So I think it's mostly an Asian thing. So if you look at some Asians, if you press your head and say make your eyes bigger, they go like that. But you gotta practice doing that. Okay? So you gotta gain control over your upper eyelids, which is gonna make this part thinner. I believe that's like a beauty standard, isn't it? And the third one is nose. So what did I do about my nose? So I started breathing properly. Okay? So this is how we do it. When you breathe, a lot of people think that because their nose is like this, the air is gonna go up. But in reality, the air goes this way. So just by imagining the air is gonna come from the front part to the behind part, you're gonna suddenly feel a big difference in your breath. You feel that? So instead of trying to breathe up, it's more correct to breathe from the front to the inside. Okay, so there's actually three nostrils going into your nose, and most people don't use the lower two. So by just having go that way, it can get much better. And the third part is I just had my mouth up on my upper part of my teeth like this. And the funny thing is, I did that from like 7 years old. Like back when I could remember, I was doing that. And I grew up and I found out that I was mewing for like 20 years. I didn't even knew. I think that kind of developed my cheekbone. So that's another thing they liked. In South Korea, it's kind of ugly to have a big cheekbone like that one. But they kind of liked it in the States. I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, that's what I did. And now I'm not sad about how I look. I mean, it's fine. Yeah. And some people might say you don't really need to change or fit into the beauty standards. Yeah, I do agree. But it's just, I like it better now. Yeah. So that's what I did. You guys might try it. And yeah. And I'll see you guys on the next one. I hope this one helped. So.